Hello everyone. I'm going to show you how to construct advanced formulas and do charting with non-adjacent cells in Excel. So let's begin. This is an example of a spreadsheet that you will be doing. It's really the mobile masses problem that you'll be doing, where you'll be using the things I'm going to show you here. This isn't the actual problem itself, but it is very similar to what you'll be doing when you do the mobile masses problem. Okay, first of all, I want to show you a couple of things. This company has information that's already in front of you, but one thing I haven't entered is the date the operation started for each of the departments. Now, one thing you haven't been used to doing is setting the cell formats before you enter the data, and that's something you should do. Since these are going to be dates in cell A through A8, I'm going to highlight those cells, and then I'm going to come up to where it says number, because I'm going to put numbers in there. Click number, and this is going to be a date, so I'm going to click the date button. Now I want it to show up. You can have your choice. I like to see the actual month, day, and year, so I'm going to choose this style right here, and I'll click OK. Now, when I enter numbers instead of numbers coming up, it's going to be a date. For example, in A3, this department started out on March, which is, I'm going to put 3/March 14th/2012, so I'll just put 12. And when I press the down arrow to go to the next cell, it already put in the date. And the next department opened up on 10/5th month/2013. Down arrow, and I'll just keep entering some more dates. The next one begin on 5/6/19 2012. All right. And next department, I'll just enter in some odd date, 7/7/13, and the next department began on 6/8/12. Enter. So there we go. Now I'm going to take a second, just going to highlight these and change the font size to match the rest of the text, which I think is size 14, I guess size 15, something like that, just so you can see it. Okay, now I want to show you something that may happen to you. If you happen to get something like these hash marks showing up on a spreadsheet all of a sudden, and maybe all of one column or only part of a column, I'm going to show you what happens. The thing is, the column is too narrow to show the answer. So, for example, we get just wide enough, and you'll see some of them are showing and others aren't. And that's because simply the column isn't wide enough to show all the numbers. So all you have to do when you get hash marks like that, just go between the two rows, and I'm going between E and F, click and drag it wide enough so they show. So that's something just I wanted to point out to you. All right, now let's click on gross sales. What we want to do is this. We want to know what the gross sales for the quarter are. Actually, it's less than a quarter. It's only 3 months. But in order to do that, when you type words, words appear. When you type numbers, numbers appear. But if you want an answer to appear, you have to enter a formula. All formulas begin with an equal sign. So I'm going to press equal. And the gross sales are actually the total of these three numbers, January, February, and March. Okay, but in order to do that, I have to enter an appropriate formula. So what I'm going to do, let me back up on this for a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the auto sum button, and auto sum button, and what it does is displays what it wants, what it thinks I want to add. Now remember I said I wanted to add what's in C3, 4, and C3, D3, and E3. Well, that's what it's done. It says, do you want to add up the range of cells from C3 to E3? Yes, I do, so I'll click the auto sum again, and there's the answer. So the total is gross sales is that. Now, again, instead of doing that formula over and over and over and over again, once you get it done once, I can copy it down by putting my cursor on the bottom right-hand corner of the cell and dragging it down, and it shows the proper answer. And I'll show you why it does that. And you can see when it copied it down, it automatically increased the row as it moved down. For example, in F3, it was supposed to sum up row 3 across for columns C through C, D, and E. Now, when I copied down, it made the 3s into 4s. Row 4, it made the next one into 5s, 6s, and 7s. So when you can copy down the formula, it's a real time saver. All right, now let's look at net sales. This one's a little bit different than what you're usually doing. Usually your formula goes directly beside the numbers you're working with. But in this case, we're not going to do that. I want you to find the net sales. Well, what net sales is, it's the gross sales. Gross sales is what you sold before any returns were made. When people buy stuff, they often return it. So it's incorrect to say we had $84,000 in sales when really people have returned $1,200 in the furniture department. So we want to find what was our net sales. What did we really sell? So in the net sales column, we're going to enter a formula, press equal to tell it it's a formula, and I want to click on gross sales. Click on gross sales. I want to take what's in F3, and then I hit a minus sign, and I want to subtract what's in G3. That's all. F3 minus G3. Click the enter box, and there's my formula. So my real sales were like 82,000, and I'm just going to copy that down. There we go. All right. Now, when it comes for sales tax is calculated by taking the net sales, this one, times 6.25%. So I'm going to click in the sales tax column. I press equal to tell it's a formula, and I click on the net sales. That's what the taxes are paid on. So I click on net sales, and I want to multiply that. So I go Shift 8, multiply, and I'm going to type 6.5%. Okay, that's all there is to it, 6.5%, and I click the checkbox, and my sales tax is $5,000. And again, instead of typing the formula over again and again and again and again, I can do that by just copying. Sorry, I moved that in the wrong spot. There we go. Just move your cursor, it becomes a small plus sign, click and drag down. And that's how you calculate out the sales taxes. All right, now for the totals across the bottom, I'm going to click here, and I want to total those columns. So I'm going to go to auto sum once, and it says, do you want to add C through C7? Yes, I do, so I'll click it again. There's my answer, and I can now copy that across, and it will automatically calculate out all those. And while I'm at it, I'm going to make those size 14 or something. I guess I wanted to match the rest. So that's it. What I wanted to summarize was this. Let's see. I wanted to remind you that if you're going to have dates, you need to highlight the cells and then come to the number column and choose date. Okay, there you go. Now, for the rest of these numbers, these should be dollars and cents. The first row, I'm going to highlight all the way across, and I'm going to put dollar signs in front of that. Now, I can simply go to the number tab up here and click the dollar sign. It will automatically turn those into dollars and cents. And then I'm going to click across the bottom row and click dollar signs, because there we go, I want it to look like that. Now, in accounting, it's standard practice to have dollar signs across the top row and dollar signs across the bottom row. And in between, you just have what's called currency comma style, which this is the comma style button here. Now, you can imagine if you have dollar signs at everything, look how cluttered up it looks. Okay, and not only that, look, we got this hash mark when I did that. Now I can fix that up by just widening that column a little bit, and now it shows up. Okay, but let's do it the right way. You should have dollar signs at the top and dollar signs at the bottom only. So I'm going to go back to the comma style, and there we go. That problem is now complete. Now, I wanted to show you next how to chart non-adjacent cells. I'm going to click here for a second. Now, non-adjacent cells are cells that do not touch each other. For example, if you want to do a chart of the customer's names and the beginning balances and purchases they made, there's no problem. All these cells touch each other. So you can go up to Insert, Column, and you want a column. I'm going to do a cone chart, something like that. And there's my chart. It shows up fine. Now, what do you do, though, if I want you to do a chart? Oops, let me go back to, can we? Oh, okay. What do you do if I want you to chart something else? I want you to chart the customer's name and, I want the customer's name and beginning balance. And then I want the current balance over here. Now watch, when I try to highlight the current balance, it de-highlights the earlier part. If I highlight the earlier part, it de-highlights what I just tried to highlight. So in order to do that, what you do is this. To chart non-adjacent cells, you highlight the first piece you want. Now I want the customer's name, beginning balance. So I highlight that part. Now I hold the Control key down and click on the rest of what I want to highlight. There we go. I've now highlighted cells that are not touching each other. They're non-adjacent. See the gap in between? All right, now I just go up to Insert, go to Column. In this case, I want a cylinder chart, so I click on Cylinder, and there's the chart. It shows the customer's name, and the blue is their beginning balance and the red is their current balance. And I can very quickly see how many customers have a current balance that is higher than what they started. So, that's good. We want people to be, good customers, keep buying more and more. And by that, you can see who's doing what. Okay. Now, this particular chart, if you're asked to put it as an embedded object on the spreadsheet, that's what you would do. That's what this would be. You'd go and you'd take the corner of it and you'd move it and make it so it fit underneath wherever we were. But I don't like to do that very often. What it's better to do is to go to, when this is highlighted up on Design, you have the Move Chart button. You can click on Move Chart and ask you, do you want it in as an object in the current spreadsheet, which it is now? No, I don't want that. So click, I want it as a new sheet, and I want to call it Beginning Balance versus Current Balance Report. Yep. It's acting up on me on my typing in current balance, current report. So, T is sticking. There we go. Yeah, okay, that's good enough. So I'll click OK. And there you have your chart showing the people's names and balances. So that's a nice way to do that. Okay, these two things I've shown you will help you in upcoming problems. For one, it certainly will be with the mobile masses. You'll use the stuff that I show you here. Whoops, let's get rid of those. Okay, you use what I showed you here, and for charting non-adjacent cells, you use what I showed you on this one. Okay, that's it. Good luck. Take care.